Aris God here, and it's time to talk about the last episode for Mushoku Tensei, at least until next year in April. But we're finally at the end of this arc, so to say. The build-up has been throughout this season. Finally, last week's episode we had the reveal part of the confession, and this one is the big moment that has been built up here with this episode. And I think Sylphie just won best girl, honestly. Out of the main three that Rudy cares for, this is just... she's way too cute. I was laughing and rooting for them this episode. The emotion was there, everything. And I love... just this is why I like Mushoku. I'm not into romance anime per se, but here the way they show it, the pacing, getting attached to the characters, also having the overarching plot and everything, just insane how good it is. And Luke is the best, bro. But anyway, enough rambling, let's get into it and dive into the episode. Now it picks up from last week with Rudy also finally confessing also Sylphie I love you, and they share a short kiss there. They're so cute, so flustered, so embarrassed. Every movement, small movement they were doing, and him asking her, is this your first time, Sylphie? And yes, of course it is, but unfortunately the problem, the elephant is still in the room, and he still couldn't get it up. And this is where we see how much it has affected him. Actually gets very embarrassed and apologizes, thinking he did something wrong when he didn't. But I really like how calm and understanding Sylphie was with him, and not very many people are able to do that, to let somebody, hey, you're in this situation, is okay, it happens. And she listens to him, and after he calms down, he finally shares everything, even thanking for the pendant. They're asking her, why also were you pretending to be a boy? We find out a really cute piece of information when Paul sent Rudy away for the mission there, for the job. She attacked Paul. She got really mad. I can imagine like that small Sylphie just going after Paul. She's so cute, and the way she's talking, the faces she was making here. And after that she made a promise to get stronger. They start catching up a bit and finally leave the cave. And that cute moment there when he licks her ear with the snow, she just jumps a bit, and this is where, thinking to herself, she wishes she had a cure for him. But after this, I have to say it, I really like the conversation there after they split ways for that day at least. He goes to talk to Ariel and Luke. They instantly like, yeah, of course it failed, makes sense, why not? They were expecting that. And Ariel instantly starts laughing about the ED. Yeah, of course he couldn't get it up, and she was surprised that Rudy was going through that, which I can sort of understand the reaction, but even she realized after that she was a bit wrong, thanks to the best bro in the entire show so far, or at least for this, him and Soldat. I'm never gonna forget Soldat. Luke comes in and starts defending this, actually giving some very sage advice, so to say. It happens, it's normal. I really like Luke there quite a lot, and he opened Ariel's eyes for a bit and came into Rudy's defense. Was pretty nice there, considering their situations, also the Grey Rat and everything. And he kind of started understanding Rudy even more and what was happening between him and Sylphie. So Luke was great during that moment, and even more, we're gonna get to that. But after this we see a bit of the moments in the courtyard with Zanoba trying to train with magic and Linia and Pusena laughing, and Julie just being there cute. You need to protect Julie. But Ariel still has some planning and scheming to do, wanting to help Sylphie, saying she has some ideas for a cure, before Luke comes back saying he's gonna help. Like, just get them drunk, try and lean into them, touch their shoulders, all of the typical advices, so to say. And this is where we have murder, like straight up murder happens in this episode, and Sylphie dies 2 times. actually. Because Luke comes in, he overhears that and saying, but she lacks feminine wiles. Sylphie's face was just priceless. She got murdered there, but he doesn't stop. He's like, Grey Rat woman like more thick woman, how he put it there. As a result, I don't feel attracted to Sylphie at all. And she died again. Poor. I'm sorry, Sylphie, you're way too cute. She got killed by Luke. But he's still a bro after that. Of course, it was all in good fun. He's the one that brings in the aphrodisiac, and we kind of saw it a bit before, if I remember correctly. Even Rudy remembered it before, saying this is worth over 100 gold, saying it's very potent, kind of makes men go berserk, and if you can't keep up, you should also try and take some. But Ariel also gives her some money. She helps her with new underwear, so they are helping her preparing for everything. But we're gonna get to Ariel. I still want to talk to Ariel about Ariel at the end here. But this is the moment here. We have Sylphie, determined, one-track mind. She goes to Rudy's room, praying to her parents in heaven. This is the moment. Sylphie becomes an adult. She goes in and even locks the door. The moment was so cute. She's like, goes in, yeah, let me lock in the door, just barricade themselves inside there. She spots the statue of her that Rudy started making, so it's not gonna be just Roxy moving forward there. But here, where they have finally a drink to celebrate their reunion, remembering the old times, catching up a bit, sharing some memories, but then she brings out the aphrodisiac. yeah, perfect. And he drinks it. He actually takes it. She also takes a big gulp, not wanting to be left behind. And they start getting very hot, very much in heat, sweating, dizzy there, and they go for each other. He takes her, so to say, hugs her, and she's like, please dig in. So she's very much so pervert, even from last episode, the way she shared to Ariel what she wants, how many kids, and even here she's more open about herself, especially to somebody that she loves here. And yes, they finally sleep together. Rudy finally gets his time with somebody that he's been emotionally connected to, but this is also a problem because we see it throughout what Eris did to him, traumatized him quite a lot, abandoning him after that. So that's why he kind of equates sex with abandonment. Probably why he couldn't get it up anymore, his impotence here. But the next day the problem happens again. Of course, the cure is not gonna be overnight fixed here or just use an aphrodisiac every time, because here next day Sylphie is gone, and slowly see how the triggers happen again. The trauma comes back. He even finds the blood from her losing her virginity on the sheets, and he still, how much it affected him. She wasn't there, thinking to himself, maybe she has guard duty. But you see the pain, he was there, everything was coming flashing back in, thinking he got abandoned again. But this time she comes back, and I love that so much. I was just going to Ariel and Luke to thank them for all of the help, and him hugging her, breaking down. That moment was so great. He finally overcame something that has been holding him back for so long, and it's fun and all memeing and joking, hey, he can't get it up. But it wasn't just that. He got very much emotionally traumatized for what happened there, combined with everything else, not just the thing that Eris did. And this is why Mushoku is great. And she hugs him back and tries to comfort him, and he finally touches her boob a bit, gets horny again. I'm cured. So yes, the cure wasn't just the aphrodisiac, that was kind of like the jump start, but the emotional connection and not having abandonment tied to sex, this was the cure here. He finally had somebody to share something very special with, and it was back and forth there. Eris kind of just used him there, tied him down, but here Sylphie was great, and this is why so far I think Sylphie is the best girl for even though I think probably the story is gonna be full on harem, which I have no issues. I like harem shows, don't get me wrong, but here Sylphie just won. Honestly, I'm gonna say it. She actually won here. So this was pretty much the bulk of the episode. The emotional here, the build up, everything was great. But after this, I think we're probably gonna head into the more serious thing, at least after this episode next time, because we still have some goofy moments here when Rudy went in to talk to Ariel to thank her and offer his services with anything as gratitude, and saying, even though I don't want to get involved in politics, if my beloved is caught into politics, of course I'll help. And Sylphie blushing every time Rudy was saying embarrassing thing throughout the episode. It's great, she's so cute. But he also has to find his missing family members, which, speaking of this, I'm really curious about Zenith, his mother. Is she actually safe with the information that we got, or there's something more happening there, and everybody else that is missing? But maybe we're gonna see that in the next core, in the next part of season 2. But here Ariel had a pretty good question. What are you gonna do now after this? You're just gonna leave Sylphie behind and go search for her family? No. And fully prepare, takes responsibility. I will marry Sylphie. And she's so cute. And when Ariel called her Sylphie Grey Rat, she just lost it. That was great. She agrees also. Take good care of me, they look great together. And after this, telling her you don't need to pretend to be a man again. And just amazing, wholesome moment here, the build up, just I loved it. I know a lot of people have had issues with this season, which is understandable. Even I think in some cases it's a bit weaker than season 1, but it didn't have all of the main big plot things. This was very much more of a self-contained trauma story in a way for Rudy here, and I can understand why people wouldn't like this season as much. But this is Mushoku, and for me it has been pretty great. And from here, I'm really curious where it's gonna move forward. Hopefully we're gonna focus a bit more on the main story, the incident, the gods, Orsted, the teleportation, the everything, so many unanswered questions. We have a lot of things in the Mushoku world, and I'm here for it. And thankfully, we're gonna get more, and I can't wait for it. But also, what I wanted to talk about is Ariel. I'm very suspicious of Ariel. Did she plan this entire thing just to get Rudy on her side? I think she has a bit of that manipulation side to her, or at least that's the feeling I'm getting here. I hope it's gonna be a good manipulation thing, like she's gonna be good, but she just knows how to manipulate people and things like that, and she's not gonna turn out to be evil or anything of the sort. I'm not getting the evil vibe from her, but I think there's a lot more to her than just this innocent, very helpful princess that we have here. And also want my revenge for Eris's grandfather, and she's also very much invested into that, so I'm more than excited for part 2. But overall, I love this season. I'm really curious what you guys thought about it so far. If you're anime only, let me down in the comments below, and if you have read the source material, what do you think so far of the adaptation? And as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys are gonna get the latest videos on the series that I follow. Keep enjoying Mushoku, make sure you check out the podcast because anime, and we're gonna be here in April when the series return. I'm gonna see you again on the next one, and Sylphie, best girl, and G Slay. Bye bye.